why is everything all fucked up? Why is everything a big mess? Why is the economy dying? Why is everybody not making money? Why is everybody unhappy? Why is nobody dating? Like all these questions. Like, when you have a civilization overall in decline, default to the beginning. Remember, always go to the foundation. Whenever you look at a structure and it looks like it's going to be a problem, look immediately to the foundation before you go. Stop before you go any further. Don't try to remodel the kitchen. Look at the foundation. What are the foundation? There's 5 things you look at for a foundation of any civilization. Number 1 is the currency. Number 2 is the birth rate. Number 3 is small business. Number 4 is property ownership. And number 5 is taxes. Look at those 5 things. If they are all fucked up, everything downstream of that's going to be fucked up. Everything. It doesn't make any difference what you try and do. Nothing's going to fix that. Gimmicks aren't going to fix that. Platitudes aren't going to fix that. Religions aren't going to fix that. They're just not. They're not designed to fix any of that stuff. Okay? So, does that nullify God? No. Anybody out there, religious people, I'm not even nullifying this. Even as an atheist, I'm not nullifying it. I'm saying on earth, okay, here on earth, where the planet on which you find yourself currently, for better or for worse, you got here. That means you have to deal with what's going on here for your time here. So, none of those things are going to, you've got to go back to the foundations and look at it. That's why it's like just, this is really it. So number 1, look at the currency. What's wrong with the currency? Not just the US dollar, dude, all of them. What's wrong with all the currencies? They're printed from the top down, and you're expected to and they lose value constantly. The further down the chain they go, the less value they have. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, the birth rates. Birth rates are usually downstream of that, especially when you try to come up with all kinds of gimmicks. You start creating a bunch of crazy ass laws. The more laws you create, the worse that's going to get, because you're restricting people. People don't generally do well in captivity, right? Human beings don't. In fact, the smarter you are, the less well you're going to do in captivity. You're going to see the world as a complete distortion. That's what you're seeing. So everything downstream of that is distorted, especially since, you're creating currency to pay fake jobs, to create fake jobs, to give, that's not going to work. Okay. Number 3, small business. Well, you've almost effectively eradicated small businesses because you keep trying to prop up all these giant companies that should have gone out of business years ago. That's reality. They should have gone out of business decades ago. Many of them should have gone out of business several decades ago, because they're just not viable business models anymore, and haven't been for a long time. If they can't afford to pay people reasonable wages, they don't actually have a business model at that point. That's just a fact. It's also a symptom of the currency. Okay. Number 4, property ownership. One of the things that isn't talked about enough in the obesity thing, because they're like, oh my God, everybody's obese, everybody's fat. It's that, think about it. If you own 2 acres of land, would you be fat? Probably not. You'd probably lose 30 pounds just trying to maintain 2 acres of land. 2 acres, not 200, 2. Okay. 1 acre is 43,560 square feet times 2. So what? Little under 100,000 square feet of land. Yeah. Just maintaining that, you'd probably lose 35, 40 pounds just right off the bat. No, we want to hire the illegals. Fuck that, dude. Do it yourself. Right? It is a challenge, by the way. When you have a whole bunch of people who don't own property, they have really no reason to go outside and do anything because, well, they don't own it. It's not theirs, so why do anything with it? It's kind of demotivating, right? It is. That's why there's, that's why when how when it's there's another kind of telltale sign is when you see flowers return to neighborhoods. When you see people out there planting flower beds, okay, and gardens and things like that. When you start seeing things like that, then you know that your civilization's starting to heal. So yeah, property ownership, individual property ownership, not this, and by the way, let me just be clear on this, not this weird boomer thing where it's, they want to own literally everything and everybody has to pay rent to them forever. The U.S. is never designed or intended for that. The U.S. is not designed nor intended, speaking to Americans, to be a nation of renters. That was never intended. Americans were supposed to own America. Imagine that. I mean, it's like mind-blowing, right? So that's it. And then 5 is taxes. Your taxes have gone completely fucking out of control. They've gone completely out of control. I mean, the numbers are insane when you think about it. The amount of tax on tax on tax on tax. Dude, no, there's no way to keep doing this. So no, you have to let all that stuff go, and you have to let all the people who work in these government positions, let them go. Sorry, government workers, but dude, no one can afford you anymore. So yeah, if you want to know why everything is fucked up and everything is retarded, go to the foundation and look at it. And you're going to find that there's foundation rot. And you're going to have to fix that, because everything above that doesn't really matter.